Hello, my Tarot Maniacs. We're going old school. I'm still recording from the living room because I'm loving being up here. We got a heat wave coming today. It's going to be 90 degrees here in the great state of New Jersey. But we're going to talk about how love is changing direction this week. Feelings are building for some of you, but not everyone is saying what they feel. So pay attention to your sign as we go through them. Some relationships are about to hit a turning point, and yours might be one of them. So speaking of relationships, we have to talk about Harry and Meghan on this Australian trip. I am going to read it in real time and deliver it to you. So the energy around them is pretty complicated right now. So I'm going to be right back. Oh, my tarot fam, welcome. It is fantastic to see all of you here. So we're going to kick it off with some energy for Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. So if you're one of those, stick around. This is your part. So Aries, somebody wants you but won't admit it. I've got a kid that's an Aries. I wonder what's going on with that. So that is your climate. That is what is happening around you. What should you do about this someone who wants you, is peeking? They might be stalking, they might be courting, we don't know. But what should you do if they are stalking? Keep a record of it. Keep a record of it. If they are courting you, what you should do is use your best judgment and figure out if that is the right person in your inner circle. So Taurus, you guys are experiencing temptation versus stability. So if you're in a committed relationship, the what to wear on this, if you are experiencing temptation, give a little bit. You can flirt a little bit. Save some for later. If you're in a committed relationship, maybe it's not the right fit. Maybe this little flirtation temptation is a little bit of a better fit. Don't commit. Don't jump in it. Remember, our pages, they are the dreamers. They are not the doers. The knights are the doers. So we're going to leave that alone. So if you are entertaining some stability, which means firming up a relationship, Taurus, we're talking about you guys. You like that stability. If you're considering some more stability, guess what? That is a good flip over for you. This is a brand new start. We've got the world, and the world is about restarting everything. I have kitty cats galore here, guys. I have kitty cats over here. AJ Angus Jr. is climbing on my chair that he is trying to destroy. And I got Pusheen, the Kuwaiti Wonder Queen, right under me. She's coming up. She's probably going to show her face. So Gemini, let's talk about you. One of my best friends is a Gemini. A message is going to change everything. Remember, this is about your love life. So what is the message from the wanted person? How is that going to change everything? So this is someone that you are interested in being with, Gemini. So what do we got here? Ooh, somebody that you want is going to send you a message. It's going to turn you upside down. Boy, you turned me inside out and round. So buckle up, buttercup. Now, what if it's somebody you don't want that this message comes in? Cut it off. Block, delete, get rid of them. Don't even talk to him. It's ridiculous. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it, guys. So let me check my mic here. Checking my mic. We just had a little fun on the glitchy for the week. StreamYard's given everybody some trouble. So today is Wednesday. That was Tuesday energy just for you guys. But you're still dealing with it for 24 hours or so. So you're still going to be feeling the fallout from that. Wednesday energy. Cancer, Leo, Virgo, raise your hand. If that's your sign, drop something in the comments for me. Cancer, emotional burnout in love. You Cancers, I'm one of you. We like to try until our cup is empty. So emotional burnout. What if you experience emotional burnout? What are we going to do about that emotional burnout in love? Again, the queen cuts it off, but she cuts it off in a nice way. She's very sweet about it. So she is going to say, thank you very much. I'm moving on. Leo, ego versus vulnerability in love. So those Leos that are being very egomaniac in love, what is your where selection? Sometimes you got to let that ego go down. So Sun card in reverse, still a good card. You got to pare down that ego just a little bit. What about my Leos that are feeling a little vulnerable? What do we do about that? What to wear? 6 of Pentacles, be kind to the others around you. Whenever we feel vulnerable or low, there's always somebody who's a little bit lower behind us. So, lift them up, give them a lift. That sometimes makes you feel better. Virgos, where you at? Raise your hand in the chat. Raise your hand in the comments. Put it down there. Let me know where you are, Virgos. Drop it like it's hot. Let me know you are a Virgo in there. So Virgos, you guys are overthinking on Wednesday. That is your energy. So it's going to block connection. So how do we get around this overthinking? I'm going to give you 2 cards. And this says, if you unlock your feelings, emotions, thoughts, and kind of let that psychological turning over go, you are going to feel the relief of all this energy. Okay, that 10 of Wands is transporting you into the next level. You're going to feel the relief. So all that struggle, all for naught. So midweek is where cracks are starting to show for these signs. If something is not balanced, make sure that you find that balance. Thursday, tomorrow, guys, we are looking at Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. Guys, raise your hands in the comment. Drop your sign in the chat. Libra, you have a decision to make in love. So those of you that are deciding to stay in love, what do we got for you to wear? Staying in love is gonna be a good thing. If you're feeling the feels, it's a good thing. Those of you that are thinking about leaving a love, what does that say? You're not putting in the work. Make sure you put in the work, and you can say, I did all that I needed to do before I walked. Scorpio, intense attraction. You guys are known for this. You are the lovers of the astrology. So of the zodiac. That's what I meant. You guys are intense. You're usually really good dancers. If you're a fan of this channel, you know what a good dancer is. If you know, you know. So intense attraction for you, Scorpio. What can we do to temper that fire just a little bit? All right, you've got to remember about all the other times that you got involved in relationships like this that started in the sack and ended in a screaming match. So be very careful about that. Look back on some of the old relationships that maybe reflect the same actions and feeling and milieu. Okay, so just be careful about that. Don't make any hard decisions this week in terms of getting into a relationship. This week, this Thursday for you guys is where people either step up or step away. So I want you to be very, very careful about that. And that's for all 3 signs: Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you guys are experiencing some commitment pressure. So those of you that are being pressured to put a ring on it or move in or do something else, let's see what your what to wear is. Be a little reckless about this. Entertain the idea. Don't commit to it, but entertain it. I want you guys to really think about what could possibly be. Kick it around. Be a little bit of a dreamer, like this Fool in reverse. Think that is good advice for you. Where my Friday people at? We got Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Capricorn, I am married to one. Something is going to get serious for you, Capricorns. You guys are at the point where you're going to know something. And that's for Aquarius, Capricorn, and Pisces. We're talking about Capricorn in this one. So Capricorn, things are getting serious. It is serious. Those of you that know the Wonder Pets. So nurturing energy, something is getting serious. Make sure that you tap back into this nurturing energy. The Empress is one that makes the bed, lights a candle, turns down the bed, puts a mint on the pillow. Make sure you do this, okay? You've got to do that. That is going to help solidify all of that stuff. It's going to give you all the data for your decision making that you need to know. So, Aquarius, unexpected reconnection. So you guys might be seeing something very neat. And I have an Aquarius child as well. Unexpected reconnection is something that is going on with one of my children. What to wear, what to wear. Wheel of Fortune, sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. This is a moment where you need to discern, is this an up phase or an down phase, up phase, down phase? Which side of the wheel are you on? Are you being crushed by it, or are you riding high going woohoo at the top of the Ferris wheel? So Pisces, you guys have something very interesting to decide on Friday. Is this your soulmate or is it an illusion? Chris Rock says it best when he says the representative is dating you. So what do we got? What do we got for Pisces with your soulmate or illusion decision making? Friday, you are going to know. So make sure that you're making a logical decision. Don't do this based on emotion. Pisces, you guys are chock full of emotion. Make sure you're using some logic. So if you have to stop, drop, and roll and think a little bit more carefully, please do so. So this week in love is not subtle. It is truth versus illusion. It is silence versus confession, staying versus walking away. How you watch it play out in your life or in couples like Harry and Meghan, the question is the same. Are we growing together? Are we growing apart? And am I doing all of the work that I need to do for my own very best future? So I hope you guys like that. Let's talk a little bit about the Harkles. So we are looking at a 4-day Australian trip. It started on April 14th, 2026. Harry is speaking openly about fatherhood struggles at a mental health workshop. There's charity and hospital visits. We've already seen evidence of the one hospital visit, and it's not good. I think it's been pretty much robustly panned across the social media channels that I watch. There's one picture where they had masks on. The kids all had masks on. They were brought out into a hallway, and these kids are fairly sick. So having them carted out, the mask came off for a picture. It's not really a good look. Right, AJ? Right, Angus Jr.? Here he comes. He's going to come up here and eat some of my sage that's on the table. In addition to this, Meghan is headlining a luxury wellness retreat. She's not going to be there for the whole thing. It costs somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000. The public reaction to this is very, very mixed. It doesn't seem that there is a great deal of interest. People have signed up for the alert emails, and they keep getting, hey, you still have time to book this. So I'm wondering what the final outcome is. Let's look at their love energy this week. We're going to do a little bit of a relationship on them. So right now, Harry is doing some deep emotional processing in his family. He will be talking about family therapy, identity at his event. Very, very inward focused right now in terms of his astrology. And he literally is speaking about feeling disconnected early in fatherhood. So if that is the climate, what kind of advice can we give him for this conflicted feeling about connection and mental health? What can we do for him? So, we've got the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups in reverse. This is not good. This is nechorosho in Russian, по-русски in Russian. So this means he's not feeling good and he's not generating any good feelings. I recently dipped back into Rhonda Byrne, The Secret, and I think that Harry needs to really craft the emotion, instead of sinking into that past and feeling like the past has been cruel to him and that there's been all these missteps and all these terrible things for him. He needs to focus on what he wants to feel like in the future and what he wants to be in the future, as a father, as a partner, as a human being, as a prince, possibly, if he doesn't lose that. So I think he needs to focus more on where he wants to go. And this has been a criticism of some of the speaking engagements that he's done, because he's not providing any solutions for these mental health conditions or maladies that he is discussing. He is just saying, well, I feel bad. I felt bad. This happened, that happened. He's not giving any solutions. And the solutions that he's giving, if you can call them that, are very surface. Once upon a time during the pandemic, I remember he told people, if you're not happy, if you're not fulfilled at your job, quit it. Like, what? Like, normal people can't do that. That is not a condition of a normal, everyday, run-of-the-mill person. I don't know if any of you that are my viewers out there have the luxury of just quitting your job and you have a bank account that's going to sustain you. Not everybody has that. So I think it was extra bad advice of him to say that at that time. It really did show a level of privilege and a level of disconnection with the general public. So I don't think that he is providing solutions that are actionable by everyday people. So you can't talk to everyday people if that's the case. So let's move on. Meghan's astrology right now is outward expansion, brand building, visibility, business, and strong independence energy. Guess what, guys? This is in complete opposition to what's going on with Harry. Harry is trying to find connection, and Meghan is trying to connect outside of the relationship. So what is our what to wear for her? Oh dear. Oh dear. We have the aces, and we've got a sword and a wand here. Why is this significant? Because when we have aces are new starts, new energy. This trip has been purported to be a new start, like a rebrand for them. But I think Meghan is functioning on a very different level. I think she is rebranding for herself, and I think she is prepping for the future. And I think perhaps that future has Harry being a stay-at-home dad, or possibly an ex-dad, an ex-law. We call them ex-laws. So in my family, we call them ex-laws when you get divorced. What do we want to look? I'm going to look at the relationship, and I won't be able to hold this up, but I'm going to do a little mini Celtic cross for them. And this is the relationship. I got an Ace of Cups in reverse. I got the Six of Cups in reverse. On the bottom, I have the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Hierophant in reverse in the past position, and Ace of Pentacles in the upright conscious position, and the Five of Wands in the future. This sounds awful in terms of tarot. So what we're seeing here, that Ace of Cups in reverse is destroying what was once a new beginning. The Six of Cups in reverse is reframing all of the good things, all of the benefits of that relationship. So I do think that we're getting into the realm of discussions about where we go after this. The Five of Wands as our outcome card is many parties getting in there, having different discussions. So are those individuals going to be accountants, forensic accountants, attorneys, and whatnot? I think so. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse in the unconscious position. This tells us that we have some issues with money, guys. There's money issues. There's not enough generation of funds, and financial problems are a top tier reason for marriages to break up. When you are a celebrity level kind of person, that is going to get exponentially more pressurized for the relationship. So I think Harry has very little understanding of money. I think Meghan is, you got to spend money to make money kind of mentality, which is a very Hollywood mentality, which I think is fine. That's why we have movies that cost millions and millions of dollars, and then they generate millions of dollars, or they're a terrible flop. So the Ace of Pentacles here in the conscious position. This is that last ditch effort to try and salvage their branding and get that golden goose to lay some eggs that are made out of gold, or at least gold plated. So I think this is a real struggle. Let's do this. What did they come out of this Australian trip with together as a couple? What do they come out with? Queen of Cups together. They're still going to try and keep it together, but what is our pro and what is our con? They are going to have some money at the end of this. So they're going to earn a little bit of money, not a great deal. It's a 7 of Pentacles. So I think it's going to break even, but I think it's giving them the illusion that they're going to be able to move forward and keep doing this kind of thing. Here, the con, they're stuck together. They really are stuck together. So if we have attorneys and forensic accountants and everybody kind of jumping into the mix, that might be for like a Chapter 11, which is a bankruptcy kind of thing, or it could be just to kind of create separate lives for them so that they can coexist until the kids are 18, until the kids are out of college, until they can get out of the financial pickle that they're in. So, guys, that's all I have to say about that. And I'm glad that you all are still watching my videos. I hope that I can provide more entertainment for you. And let's bring Pusheen the Queen in here. I need to clean her eyes out. This is my girl from Kuwait. And she looks very unhappy because she was headed toward a toy. So I'll let her go toward a toy. But she has a little Cheshire cat tail. Cheshire cat tail. She is my queen. Oh, she was heading toward the snuggly blanket. There's a snuggly blanket that everybody loves. They all bake biscuits on it. So guys, I am going to try and schedule a live for Friday. So stick around. I should be here. And I may do one on Sunday too, depending on what my day is like. So we've got Angus moving and shaking all over the place. I've got Ella she's got a performance coming up on Thursday. So Thursday, we're going to be a little bit busy. And yeah, life gets in the way. It's going to be 90 degrees today. I think Greg and I are going to go get new phones on top of it because our phones are croaking. Thanks so much for being here. Make sure you share, like, subscribe, become a member. Membership gets all kinds of perk, early access to videos. You get your own private link for a discounted reading if you would like to get private readings with me. And you also get your own private lives where I just do readings for you for free. So I hope to see some of you around. I hope to see some of you in there. If you haven't used your hypes for the week, hype this video because I have cut back on my content because I am just not getting the promotion from YouTube that I need. So I'm doing my best. I'm trying to balance out my time with the kids, with Greg, with all of these kitty cats that I have running around. You can hear them having a good time over there. And I'm trying to get out of the basement and see daylight some of the time. So definitely some fun changes going on over here. So I miss you guys lots, but I'm coming back bit by bit. I will see you in the future.